Hello, welcome to my Capstone webpage. I am currently a junior web developer after finishing my first full stack bootcamp. I've enjoyed creating my first web page and look forward to making it prettier in the future. We're going to start with my home page. With this page consists of the index of pages on my web that I look forward to adding my gallery for car jobs and repair manuals for the everyday consumer looking to create longevity for their vehicle. And then we're going to go into my bio. And then, in regards to my bio, hello, I am Sean, and a little bit about me is I'm a car enthusiast that enjoy old school cars. Growing up, I would read popular science magazines, and now I'm learning to code and build web pages. Today, I can call myself a junior developer after graduating this full stack class. That is my bio page, and then we're going to go into my maintenance page, which in regards to this maintenance page, this is something that the consumers can look and learn a little bit about their vehicle in regards to maintenance, everyday maintenance, or throughout the year, throughout the months, tire rotations. They can just hover over here, oil changes. They can understand, every 3 months to 3,000 miles, or if they have a newer vehicle, it could be 5,000 to 10,000 miles. But you always want to refer to your owner's manual to see what it calls for. They can hover over the lights and see what they need to do, how they can check to see if their turn signals are safe before they go outside and possibly get a ticket for a violation hazard. It also has, air filters, transmission oil, transfer cases for four-wheel drives and all-wheel drive cars, and change your belt, spark plugs, and so on. In this maintenance page, it's going to be, something people can just go into, and eventually in the future, I'll add a ask, like a box where people can ask questions and then I can answer them. It'll be more of a forum that people can bounce ideas off and learn, because not everybody knows much in regards to vehicles, and this will help people educate themselves before going into shops or dealerships and getting ripped off and charged for things that they did not need. Because there was a time when I didn't know much about vehicles, and then I started to learn because I was getting fed up with people trying to rip me off. Hey, you need this and you need that, when really they're just trying to make their sales. And I typically tell people to stay away from dealerships or these Firestone Dobbs and corporations, because they are a big ripoff. And then my next page will be the routine page, which it will give people information on routine maintenance. If you own or lease a vehicle, still always refer to your owner's manual for checking replacement parts. In this page, it will be filled with different pictures. How you see right now, I have a picture of a job that I did. This is valve cover gaskets and a tune up, and I also did an oil change. So as you can see in these pictures, I'm exposing and taking the top end of the motor off, cleaning because it had a valve cover gasket leak. So oil was coming out from the top of the motor. So I was able to pull the top intake, clean it, and put new gaskets, new grommets on the screws, do the tune up as well. And I changed the oil because anytime you open up the top end of the motor, you're exposing it to all debris and elements in, outside. So you want to drain the oil and, add new oil and change the filter. This routine page will, consist of stories where people can, add things. For example, working at AutoZone for many, many years, I've been there for about 10 years. I help customers and educate them. There was a lady that came in. She said that she hasn't had an oil change in a while because she's just been driving around, but she wanted to, check her oil. So I had to teach her how to, pull the dipstick out, wipe it off, put it back in, and see what she had, see what her oil levels was, and she literally only had a teardrop of oil in her vehicle. And I told her, before you leave, we need to go ahead and get, some oil. So I sold her 5 quarts of oil. We went ahead and filled it up because if she would have ruined her car, since there was no oil, both heads and all the internals would have started grinding together, and then she would have needed a new motor because her motor would have locked up. So her car ended up taking 4 quarts. She turned it on, had her turn it off. We checked the dipstick, pulled it out, wiped it off, put it back in, pulled it out. She was at full, took 4 quarts, but I told her she still needed to go to a shop like Jiffy Lube somewhere to get an oil change because the oil filter was still old. So she thanked me, and it was just things like that to actually help somebody who doesn't know much and preserve the longevity of her vehicle because the oil is like the blood in a human body for a vehicle. So without the oil, that motor is going to be dead. So if you have a shop that either your family or a family friend refers you to, go ahead and check them out for your expert customer care. But please avoid dealerships unless you have a luxury vehicle and it needs to go there. But still, there are other shops that you can go to that they would be able to go ahead and assist you. And, go on YouTube or these websites and forums to definitely check about your vehicle to educate yourself. And then from here, we're going to go over into the help section. And in this help section, you'll be able to put your VIN number in here. I got it working where I can actually add one of my VIN numbers in my bio page. I have my Impala SS in there. Can go ahead and click search. Well, let me go ahead and refresh that. So go ahead and put the VIN number in and select search, and it will pull it up, and it'll give you all the features that vehicle has. It'll let you know the motor size, which is a 5.7 V8, and it also says it in here in engine cylinders. And it also lets you know it's a Chevy General Motors. It's got the Caprice model, but it's the Impala SS, and it gives you information. So if you want to go on Rock Auto, eBay, or wherever, you can just add the requirements that your vehicle takes and get your oil. You can get your spark plugs, you can get your oil filters, air filters, whatever from this page, because all you got to do is just add your VIN number in here and it will help. These are the pages that I have on my webpage that eventually I will add a gallery in here where it'll have a whole bunch of different vehicles and just different jobs, and it's all going to come together. But in the future, I plan on making this prettier by adding some more colors and some more pictures to fill in these empty spots. I do have my wireframe that I had worked off of. We have our getting started, which is welcome, my logo, my glossary, which was my index with everything, my nav bar, to getting started to the log information, which I just did show you where you could actually put your VIN number in, the make selection, all the way down to preventative maintenance to the end. And a little bit of what my code looked like. We have my bio, my gallery, which I will add in the near future, my help, my home, my index, and my maintenance and my routine. I actually enjoyed doing this web developing cohort because this was my first time ever. I never knew how to put a web page together, and it's fascinating that I was able to build my own website. And I look forward to in the future completing this and adding to it and, creating some network traffic where people will be searching my webpage. Do thank you, and I hope this reach you well.